What's up, everybody? It's a rare reaction time for WWE Payback. Tonight was WWE Payback. Um, my thoughts on it were, well, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. A lot of people thought that it was going to suck because of the way it was kind of built up, and then like the cross-promotional things, like with SmackDown and everything like that. Some surprises on tonight's show. But let's get to reviewing the pay-per-view. Let's start with the kickoff match. Enzo Amore and Big Cass against the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. To be honest with you, I was making a pizza. I didn't see a lot of this match. I do know that Enzo Amore and Big Cass won. So this is what I'll say about these guys. I think that it's really time for Enzo and Cass to go their separate ways. It really is. Because I really think Big Cass is a star in the making, and Enzo Amore, he's like the perfect cruiserweight to get his ass whooped. So I really do think, I don't know why they didn't break him up with the Superstar Shakedown, take Enzo to Cass, throw him on 205 Live. I think that's probably perfect for for what he likes to do and everything like that. They don't necessarily have to turn heel. Big Cass can still be a face. Enzo can still be a face, but just work on two different parts. I think that was a bad move by the WWE, not separating them. As for Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, listen, it's it is what it is. At this point, right now, I think they are. I don't think they're dead in the water. I know some people think they are dead in the water. I don't think they're dead in the water. I think they can obviously always get their stuff back. But I do think that maybe, they might need another member. To completely, it doesn't necessarily have to be AJ Styles or the Club and Finn Balor or the Club or anything like that. But it really would make sense for, I think, at least someone else to be teamed up. Maybe they need a manager or something. Who knows? I don't even know. But they need something else. They need some other thing to go along with that. So that's what I think about Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They need something else, but I don't think that they're in the water tonight. There was also in the kickoff show, there was Finn Balor and The Miz. And on Miz TV, and this could be. I think this could be good. I think one of the reasons why they could be working a Finn Balor Miz program is because Finn Balor has a concussion, and Miz is a pretty safe worker. So I think that they could work together. Maybe the next month or two, and Finn will still be able to work the show and everything like that, and take some bumps. But while still trying to keep recovering from that concussion. So I think I just like that. That pushes Miz up, even more than he already is. Right now, Miz is to me he's the number one heel in the WWE, and that's including everybody. So everybody that's here, everybody that's not here, everybody part timers, whatever. He's the number one heel in my eyes, and I think him with Finn Balor is a good program. So let's get started to the big pay-per-view. Starts off with the United States Championship match between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. The rematch from WrestleMania. Can I tell you this? Some people were like, well, because Kevin Owens was on SmackDown and Chris Jericho was on Raw, there was like no build-up for it, but that was okay to me. I think one of the things that the WWE needs to do, and I'm going to do a video very soon about some of the things that the WWE need to do to make itself better. And I think one of the things that I'm going to talk about is that the wrestlers don't need to be wrestling each other. They don't need to interact with each other, all the damn time. That's what makes it old. So the fact that they haven't touched each other since the Monday night after Raw, haven't talked to each other, something like that. So it was good. It was good. I think the wrestling was good. The storytelling was good. I really like the fact that once again they went back to Kevin Owens' finger touching the ropes, and he was, and then the Jericho went and then tried to break his hand and hurt his hand, and then because of the hand he couldn't do the pump up power bomb, and he tapped out to the wall of Jericho. Surprisingly, Chris Jericho is the United States champion. Now he's supposed to take off for a tour with Fozzy sometime this upcoming month in May. So I don't know if it's this week or next week, but he at some point is going to either lose it back to Kevin Owens or lose it to AJ Styles, the number one contender. And at that point, that's perfectly fine. The title is the next match: Austin Aries versus Neville. Again, these two had a darn good match. And again, Neville wins by disqualification, throwing the ref around. And a lot of folks on Twitter are upset at this. They're upset that a title match is a disqualification. Decided that any match is a disqualification. But guess what? That's what heels do. Heels will get themselves disqualified to keep their title. That's what heels are supposed to do. And the fact that you want to heel just to like beat up somebody and win clean, that's not how this goes. I mean, it's one of the things that has affected like people getting so when wrestlers have gotten, well, not wrestlers, but wrestling fans have gotten so smart that now they're, instead of worried about the product, they're worried about the aftermath of the product. If you know what I mean, they're worried about, well, how does this make Neville look strong or anything like that, or how is this gonna make so and so look strong or anything like that? And that's not what you need to worry. You should just worry about, I don't know, maybe it might be like some of your favorite wrestlers, but that's not what you need to worry about. You need to worry about just entertainment in the ring and what's going on and something like that. Now you can, maybe question a finish, or something like that, question a storyline, or question even a match, which we will get to later. But I don't think you really need to worry about why a heel gets himself disqualified. That's what they're supposed to do. It's old school. That's fun. That's great news. I loved it. It was a wonderful match. Great job for Neville and Austin Aries. They get a straight up thumbs up for me for that match. The Raw Tag Team titles are up for grabs. The Hardy Boys between Matt and Jeff against Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro. And this one was as always, it's these four great workers. The Hardy Boys, obviously brothers. They know what to do ever since the Sheamus and Cesaro was put together. And it's kind of funny too because it seemed like, Sheamus and Cesaro was put together, they was even kind of like, it almost like they clicked immediately. Now who knows? Maybe they were on the road and they were talking or something like that. But when Mick Foley first put them together, there was that that clickness that you saw in them, and they just gotten better and better as on time. This was a great match. The Hardy Boys win, but I think an even better thing, although we saw this coming a mile away, was they turned heel, and I think we saw that. But the past 2 weeks with the handshakes after the match and everything like that, they shook hands after the match tonight. And it surprised me because I was waiting on the heel turn. I knew it was coming, and it was just like surprise. So they shook hands, raised them hands, then they walked out. And I was like, that's all right. Maybe I guess it was, they're gonna wait till Monday or something. But bam, they came running back down. They knocked them out and everything like that. So this is, I think this is good. This is obviously not over. And between the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro, they were on Raw Talk. I didn't get to see what exactly what the reasons why they decided to go back there, but it should be interesting. It's just going to be fun. It kind of freshens them up a little bit. I think they can continue this. We also the Revival is out for a few more months because of the broken jaw from Scott Dawson. New Day was moved to, and Shining Stars, they were moved to SmackDown. So Raw, Slater and Rhino are now on Raw. They're not. They're they're. You might as well. They might as well be like the Golden Truth. They're the enhancement talent for the real tag teams. So, yeah. So whatever. But it was a great match. Great aftermath. I loved it. Jeff Hardy apparently broke a tooth. His tooth is broken. Delete his tooth. We saw a little bit of that too. From the kickoff show to there. Matt Hardy and Brother Nero coming out a little bit more and more. So maybe the WWE is starting to concentrate. This could be obviously the right thing to do. You turn on the Hardys, and all of a sudden the Hardys to get back at you, they must delete you. So we'll see if that happens between the Hardy Boys and Sheamus and Cesaro. What a great match. Nonetheless, Hardy Boys retain tag team titles. The Raw Women's Championship match is next. Bayley, Alexa Bliss. I'm not sure how much time these girls had wrestling in NXT, but I thought tonight was if this was their first time, I really thought it was a wonderful exhibition that they put off. Some great things. I think all of them got their stuff in real good. Alexa Bliss wins, and for me, it's disappointing on two levels. One, I really would have liked to have seen Bayley go against Sasha Banks at SummerSlam. There was some stuff on Twitter about that. I was kind of said something about that. Maybe and we were talking about teasing a heel turn. This one Sasha Banks teasing a heel turn for a few months now, and so I'm not sure where that is. I would have ever seen Bayley and Charlotte go at it at the Barclays Center. It would have been fun and interesting, and who knows? They still could go at it. It won't be for the title, but I would like to see that for the title. I think that makes it a lot more better. And the second thing is, I'm not an Alexa Bliss hater or anything like that. I think she works well in the ring. I think she's very. I think cute as a button is what is made for her. Something like that, and her thighs are just amazing. She's a total smoke show without question, and all of that good stuff. But I don't know. I think her as a heel champion is just something I'm not really buying into, and kind of think that. I kind of feel like she would be better. She would be better off doing the underdog champion that Bayley's trying to do. I really do think she would, because she's right. Talking about 5 feet of fury. That's what she's 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, right? So that's what it's. That's what it should be. She should be like the underdog, especially when you're on a show with Nia Jax and Sasha Banks and everything like that. So and then there's that whole deal about I don't get into legacies and everything like that. She's the first person to hold the Raw Women's title and SmackDown Women's title. Listen, I'm not gonna sit there and say that she doesn't deserve it, because some people I was not one of those people that said that Chris Jericho didn't deserve to be the first undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. I'm not gonna go there. So I'm not gonna go there with her on that. But I just heard this having the title it doesn't. Excuse my French when talking about a woman like this, but it doesn't warm the cockles of my heart, I guess I can say. So, but Alexa Bliss wins. It was a fantastic match. Another shout out to the Macho Man, which, by the way, they really need to make that her finishing move. The Bayley. It's I'm not saying that you need to do something spectacular or dangerous or anything like that, but especially when you talk about the women, it's just easy, right? Because whether it's true or not, we kind of see, we also see women not as being as physical as men, right? And so We don't see it like that. So I don't think that. I think that it would have been okay to for lesser moves. So the elbow off the top rope, in honor of the Monster Man would be I think a great move for her. And they're saying I'm just not a big fan of the Bailey to belly suplex. That's just me. I apologize for getting a little caught up there. My TV came unpaused and throw me off, so I apologize there. But the main thing what I'm trying to get to is I would like to see the elbow drop become Bailey's signature finishing move, and maybe turn that Bailey to belly into a signature move, setting up the elbow drop. And for the match, again, great match. Alexa Bliss wins the Raw Women's Championship. Now we got the House of Horrors match. First part of it, at least, between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, and this was 1996. In 1996 at WrestleMania 12, they did this with Roddy Piper and Goldust, where they taped the first part of it, and then they came back for the second part of it. They taped it weeks in advance, actually, and then came back for the second part, and then they did it the second part of it, actually the actual WrestleMania. So, and I guess that's what they did today. They taped it. They taped that like early tonight, or they taped it yesterday or something, last night or something. I don't know what the hell they did with it, but in 1996, I believed it. I believed it. I believed it because it's what it was, and also you kind of had the feeling that maybe that's exactly what it was. That they was just. And I was a little less smart than I am right now when it comes to that, all this stuff and everything like that. So, or at least if I thought it was taped the same day, something like that. But it was taped 2 weeks in advance. So whatever. And this, see, personally, I don't mind this being taped. I don't mind this being taped. What I would have rather them do is just tape it. And then have the announcer JoJo come up there and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, because the Royal Wrestling Entertainment did not know what a House of Horrors match was, Bray Wyatt would not tell us what a House of Horrors match was. He only told us how the match would end: pinfall, submission, or forfeiture here in the middle of the ring. Therefore, we recorded this." We recorded this earlier ago, and we decided that this would be the best thing for us in case there were things that we needed to edit out for family reasons or whatever. Just something like that. And then it would give you a reason as to why it was taped. Because this was obviously taped. More than obviously taped, and the camera cuts and everything, the shaking and the swinging, and then the door's locked, and Gordon goes to the door is locked. He kicks the door in. There's a fucking cameraman in the room. He just kicked in. I mean, even if you was going as far as to say, okay, professional wrestling is a reality show, and that's why cameras are always in their face in the locker rooms and everything like that. Even if you wanted to say that, you still have to question, how the fuck is the door locked? Did the cameraman lock it? I mean, right? Okay, whatever. So they brawl through this house, and Bray Wyatt pushes a refrigerator onto Randy Orton, and you can obviously see that this is a multi-take type thing, because when they show it from one angle, the refrigerator looks like it's gonna fall on Randy Orton. It looks like, and when he goes back to another angle, you can obviously see that the refrigerator is leaning on the stove. It's not even close to being on Randy Orton. So I mean, they gotta clean this shit up. I mean, what do? They gotta clean this shit up. So and then Randy Bray Wyatt leaves the house, gets on his knees, follow the buzzers. And the house turns from, by the way, it's in there like this dark blue light, turns bright red. He gets in the lock. He gets in the limo. Which by the way, Randy Orton comes up in this place in a limo. Randy Orton gets in that limo, tells the driver to drive to the arena, singing "He's got the whole world in his hands." I mean, this nigga gonna fall asleep. And then it's just we goddamn and you know, and it seemed like that part killed the crowd for the next 2 parts. Next match, Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. This was the worst match of the night. Now it was still good. It was maybe a 2.5 star, which is not bad. It's 2.5 stars. I would equate 2.5 stars maybe like a C minus, right? It's not great, but it's not bad either. Not bad or anything like that. So it's between average and below average. And that's what it was. Again, I think it was some things like that. Seth Rollins wins. Samoa Joe has Seth in a coquina clutch, and Seth Rollins kind of does this thing where he flips him on his back and covers him for the 1, 2, 3. But Samoa Joe has his shoulder up, and when he's getting pinned. So hopefully they in the past have saw those things and come back like the next week and figure it out. So hopefully they saw that and hopefully tomorrow night on Raw they'll fix that, and then Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins will get another shot at wrestling again, even if they're not supposed to, because his shoulders was up. Let's try to make this somewhat real, right? Somewhat competitive, like I don't want to say somewhat real because I'm disrespecting nobody, but yeah, let's try. Let's try to keep some continuity here, at least. So Seth Rollins wins the match and beats Samoa Joe. I think they said this was Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's undefeated coming into tonight. He lost his first loss, and Samoa Joe beats Seth Rollins beats Samoa Joe tonight. I don't think this is over. I don't think it was gonna be over, and it should not, and definitely now it should not be over because of the whole shoulder thing. The horse match part 2 starts. The limo comes up, and out comes Bray Wyatt walking to the ring, and on his way to the ring, there's this thing, this box, and it's Neil's work box or something like that. And it's big to the WWE logo. And it's like, who the fuck is Neil? Who the fuck is Neil? So and some people should have like that too. And I cracked myself up out of that. Who the fuck is Neil? But anyway, Bray Wyatt goes to the ring and does this whole thing, and he's crawling up the stairs and everything with his lantern, and then the light blows out the lantern, the lights out. There goes Randy Orton standing there with a chair. Apparently now he's got Kane and Undertaker's powers. It's appearing out of nowhere. It is with a chair. And so then they fight in the ring, and Randy Orton takes him down and everything like that. And just when you think it's gonna be happening, Randy Orton does the whole he does the thing where he's pounding his chest. Here comes the Bollywood boys, the Singh brothers, and then they come up and they attack Randy Orton. and then they throw him out, and then Randy Orton hits Bray Wyatt with the RKO. But here comes Jinder Mahal with a couple of title shots. Bam, bam, right there, speaking his language and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, Bray Wyatt hits him with the RKO, not the RKO, it was Sister Abigail. And it's a cover, it's a count, it's a victory for Bray Wyatt. He wins the first ever and hopefully the last House of Horrors match. Side note, I'm starting to really like this whole Jinder Mahal thing. Listen, they went about this very weird, but go ahead, if you make Jinder Mahal a star, you make him into a star. Do this. And Randy Orton, he made Luke Harper a star. Although they haven't used Luke Harper like they should be. I think this is the perfect time to do that. Perfect, make Jinder Mahal a star, so that he's no longer losing to Mojo Rawley, getting punked by Gronk. This guy is a guy that's going to wrestle AJ Styles on pay-per-view in a few months. He's gonna wrestle John Cena when John Cena comes back. He'll be wrestling whatever other big face there is. He'll be in. Yeah, so go ahead, do your thing and make this guy a star. He acts like it. He's acting like it. They're treating him like it so far. You continue to make him a star. I would go as much as to say I would not be opposed to having him hold the title for a couple months. He beats Randy Orton. He beats Randy Orton at Backlash. The next pay-per-view would be Extreme Rules. It'd be Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules or it's either Extreme Rules or Money in the Bank, whichever one. I think it's Money in the Bank actually. Money in the Bank. He beats Randy Orton then, and then Randy Orton beats him on a SmackDown match, retains the title, and then I think it's supposed to be Randy Orton and Baron Corbin at SummerSlam, and didn't do that. So I really would not mind him holding the title for a couple months at this point. Why not? And finally, the main event: Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Surprised this match was not like some type of big stipulation match or anything like that. This is just a normal regular match, and they allowed them to do some other things. Michael said, the referee giving the wrestler some leeway, basically saying that this was basically a no DQ match without it being a no DQ match. That's always the talk for them when they do them. Give them a little leeway so that it would be a little more entertaining. And it was. I mean, you two had some pretty good chemistry, I think. It was good at Fastlane. It was good at tonight. It was good a couple months ago before, like during the whole WrestleMania thing. Before then, they were kind of feuding. This is they're doing some really good things with Roman Reigns. So I think that's great, and I think Braun Strowman is a monster here. He is a star. Unfortunately, I do think that he is just becoming a star at the wrong place at the wrong time. Because I have no doubt in my mind that they're looking to do at SummerSlam. But actually, there were some things talking about bringing Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, doing that at next year's WrestleMania in New Orleans. But I don't know if they can go very long not putting the title on Roman. Because at this point, I think you do need to have a champion that is, you get the two titles, but to have one of your champions be a part-timer, I do think that you do need to have a full-time champion. And who knows? And maybe what they might do is they might do the whole thing with with Brock Lesnar Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, and maybe have Braun Strowman, win the title, and then when they can do a whole lot of things here. But I'm really wanting to see. I really want to see Roman get the title now. He had the title last year, obviously, and then the whole thing with the Adderall thing happened and everything like that. But he's served his penance, long enough. It's time for him to hold the title. It's time for him to have that long title reign, and every time trying to piss off everybody who don't like him, just because he's not Daniel Bryan, basically. He's not Finn Balor. So whatever. You guys can suck it. That guy, one of the guys on Twitter, Pro Wrestling Mag. He said it on Twitter. Out of 3 members of the Shield, Roman's the best worker. I would certainly agree. There's been a lot less, when Roman Reigns goes out. I mean, listen, the WrestleMania 32 and WrestleMania and this Undertaker, yes, they are reasons that you would say that was not a good match. But I would not blame Roman for those. You're dealing with somebody who's 50 years old in Undertaker, someone who's 40 years old and who wrestles once a year, with Triple H. So, I mean, Triple H last year was not as in the same shape as he was this year. This year he was jacked. Last year he was not as jacked. So, whatever. But I would still say Roman Reigns deserves the title. That's what I'm going to do all of this stuff. The actual match happened. Braun Strowman won. And I guess, actually, that's probably really the right thing, that he won, because even though I said this earlier that we as fans shouldn't be thinking about, what a win or a loss would do to somebody or how they would look. It would look very, very weird to have Braun Strowman just destroy everybody, including Roman Reigns, and have Roman Reigns come back. That's even for Roman Reigns' sake. For Roman Reigns' sake, because then that would be John. He would be John Cena Part 2, and that's something I don't want for him. I don't want for him. And I think maybe I might talk about this maybe in my WWE Things to Do video. About Roman Reigns and turning heel and everything like that, but I really don't want him to be John Cena Part 2. A lot of people do see him as that already, and that's another reason why everybody hates him. So good for Braun Strowman. We beat him up. He won. There was some internal injuries with the blood and everything like that at the end of the match, and then the beginning of Raw Talk. I'm now finished with you again, and he ran. Braun Strowman come running at Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns moved out the way, and he ran into an ambulance door. This might set up if there is a match. If Extreme Rules is the next Raw pay-per-view, this would be perfect. And it's ambulance match, Extreme Rules, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and it's in it all, once and for all. So that would be something that would like to see. That was my ESPN app going off. That probably was about WWE Payback. Let's see. Yeah, it's about WWE Payback. I'm so glad ESPN has, made a niche, put something aside, wait for the WWE. I really do, because the E and ESPN is entertainment, and that's what WWE calls themselves. They're Raw Wrestling Entertainment. So I think WWE should be a part of ESPN, should be a part of Sports Center, especially when it comes to the big four pay-per-views. They should Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, or WrestleMania should always have something big, something on there, someone on there to promote it, something like that. So I'm so glad that that's a good partnership between ESPN and WWE. So once again, Braun Strowman, with 2 running power slams, beats Roman Reigns, beats him up afterwards with some steel stairs. Roman Reigns bloody. They go after the show goes off. tries to run him into a ambulance. He misses. He gets hit with the ambulance door. He goes off running, hurt. So you definitely could see at the Extreme Rules a Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman ambulance match that would end it all. All right, so that will be it for it right now. Let me give you my final review. WWE Payback. Again, I thought it was a great pay-per-view. I thought it was again unexpected. Good because of how some of the things were built up. Even I myself thought that it was kind of a shaky build up. I didn't think it was a great build up, but a shaky build up again. But I did like some of the build up for it. But I think now the whole cross promotional stuff kind of happening, we'll probably get more and more of a maybe better build for some of the matches. And again, I talked about the whole Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens not touching each other type thing and how that could help. I'm doing a video very soon, maybe even tomorrow, called WWE, the things WWE needs to do to make it better, make its product better. And I think one of those things is, not having feuding wrestlers wrestle each other so often. I can guarantee you that if Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe are going to continue, there's going to be some type of six-man tag match or six-man tag match where they'll wrestle again, within the next, 2 weeks, next 2 weeks. So it's that doesn't need to happen. All right, everybody, post your comments down below. Tell me what you thought about this pay-per-view. How did you feel about it? Did you like it? Tell me what you thought were the best matches were. Tell me if you agree with the whole Roman Reigns beating Braun Strowman thing and him needing the title and everything like that. Plus, all your comments and thoughts on the WWE down below. Tell me WWE Payback. Tell me what you thought about it. Like it, hit the thumbs up button, share it, all your family and friends, and make sure you subscribe. Tell all your family and friends to subscribe. Tell everybody hey, go subscribe to A20. He does wrestling. He does movie reviews. Fast and the Furious coming out Friday. Gonna watch it. Do a movie review on that. Does reaction videos. Talks about sports and everything like that. This man does it all. You should go ahead and subscribe to him. Tell your family and friends that. All right. Thank you, boys and girls. All right. That's it for me tonight. It's your boy AJ Trip. Signing off. As always, good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.